Welcome students, welcome to our YouTube channel Chemistry Table. We already complete a chapter. Go to the playlist and check this chapter. In this playlist we complete all the points that given in your book concise. If you cover all these video in this playlist, then you definitely clear all the concept from this chapter. Now today I am going to start chapter 2, that is chemical bonding of Icse class 10 given in concise, that is Selena. It is the part 1 video. Now, have you ever thought why does hydrogen combined with oxygen to form water? Why do atoms join together? Why is hydrogen in this series react or combined with any atom like chlorine? Why is sodium most active metal, whereas all the noble gases are non-reactive in nature? Yes, in this video or in this chapter we will discuss this type of interesting topics and concept, and also cover all the points given in your book concise, and we obviously follow the syllabus of this chapter based on ICSE. So let's get started. Okay, now everything in the world wants to get stability, everything. Okay, now we don't have interest about everything, we have interest only about atom, but everything wants to get stability. But in case of atom, what do you mean by stability? Look at the board. In case of any atom, stability means to fill up 2 electrons in the outermost shell, that is called duplet, or to form 8 electron in the outermost shell called octet. Okay, so atom gain its stability by completes the 2 electron in its outermost shell. Outermost shell is also known as valence shell, that is duplet, and if atom arrange the 8 electron in the last shell, that is the valence shell, to form the octet, then also atom get the stability. So in case of atom, stability means only these two, either duplet or octet. Okay, now look at the board about the electronic configuration of the noble gases. Noble gases means, keeping in your mind, noble gases means group 18. Okay, now helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. Among these, radon is radioactive. Okay, this is a factual point. Okay, now the atomic number of helium is 2, so its electronic configuration is 2. Okay, first try to understand what is KLMNOP. Suppose in case of any atom, suppose it is first orbit, it is second orbit, it is third orbit. First orbit is known as K, then L, second orbit means L, third orbit means M, fourth orbit that is N, and so on. So it is first orbit, it is second orbit, it is third, fourth, fifth and sixth, KLMNOP. Now since the atomic number of helium is 2, so only 2. Neon means 10, so 2, 8. So 2 present in K shell and 8 present in L shell. L shell means second cell. Okay, now argon 18, so 2, 8, 8. Krypton 36, 36 means 2, 8, 18, 8. Xenon 54, so 2, 8, 18, 18 and 8, and radon, that is radioactive, 86. So in case of radon, this new number 32, that is 2, 8, 18, 32, 18, 8. But this is not important, you can memorize only first 3. But only look at the board, this number 2, 8, 8, 8, 8 and 8. So In case of atom, what do you mean by stability? In case of atom, stability means two option, either octet or duplet, that is 2 or 8. 2 means duplet, 8 means octet. So see, all are either duplet or octet. So this is the stability of the atom. So from this you can conclude all the group 18 elements, it is also known as noble gases. So group 18 elements or noble gases, since they have duplet or octet, duplet only for helium, that is why they are very stable, because in case of atom, stability means these two, so they are already stable. Done. Okay, now look at the board. So they are already stable, but any other atom, suppose in outermost shell, here two, suppose in outermost shell 7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, only 7 electrons are there. Tell me, this is stable? No, because stability means either 2 or 8. Here 7 electrons. So this atom has a tendency to accept one extra electron. Okay, so to gain the stability. Okay, so these atom accept electron. Now if I'll give another example, suppose here 2 electrons are there and in outermost shell 1 electrons is present. Now if these atom lose 1 electron, then this orbit will vanish, because it has 1 electron in outermost shell. If it lose this electron, so there is no second orbital. So see, now last shell contain 2 electron, so 2 means also stable. So sometime it gain or sometime it lose. Why? To gain the stability, to gain the 8 or 2 electrons. So the most important point is that to gain the stability, sometime atoms chemically combined and redistribute its electron in the last shell. What do you mean by the, give focus, what do you mean by the redistribute? Redistribute means sometime accept, sometime donates, or sometime share. What do you mean by share? See, this electron, this atom completely accept and this electron completely donates, but share means this one. Suppose it is atom A, this is atom B. See, this is under atom A, this area under A, and this area under B. So this middle portion is the common portion. So both atom donates the electron here. So this means A atom does not lose or B atom does not accept. Both are share. So mutual space are there. In this space, both atoms share the electron in such a way that these 2 electron used by this atom also, this atom also. Okay, this concept we have in this chapter in detail, so I discuss it later properly. So what do you mean by redistribute? Either accept or gain, or this one also, mutual share. So tell me, why these atom try to lose or try to gain or try to share? Simple answer, why? To gain the stability. They have already stable configuration, but sometime, that I already told, if 7 electron is outermost shell, then what will happen? 7. Then it try to accept. If outermost shell only 1 electron is here, then it will try to lose, because if try to lose means 2 electron will open. So sometime lose, sometime gain, sometime share. So this is called redistribution. So my point is that to gain the stability, atom combine chemically and redistribute the electron present in where? Valence shell. Okay, so now my question is what is the cause of chemical combine or chemical combination? Tell me, one liner answer. What is the cause? The atom combine chemically. Simple answer, to gain the stability like group 18 noble gases. Okay, okay. Now when the atom try to, you note down this question and answer also. Why the atom, what is the cause behind the atom, why they joined chemically? Answer is, they try to join chemically to gain the electronic stable configuration like group 18 noble gases. Done. Now my next question is, what is chemical bond? Bond, or what is the meaning of chemical bonding? Okay, suppose this atom and another atom. Okay, suppose they are try to join with each other. Why? To gain the stability. Simple. Suppose they are try to join each other. So see, look at the word chemical bond. So this is chemical bond. Okay, so my question is, what is chemical bond? Chemical bond means when these two atoms try to join with each other, then there will be a force of attraction. This force is known as chemical bond or chemical bonding. So when these two atoms try to join, why they try to join? To gain the stability like noble gases. So when the two atoms try to join, then they feel a force of attraction. This is known as chemical bond. Understand? Okay. Now done this portion, note down it. Okay, now look at the board. Next, so I already covered so many concepts, and most important two questions are there. What is the cause of chemical combination and what is chemical bond? Done. Now this chemical bond, the definition I already discussed. These chemical bonds are mainly three types. What is the first type? First type is electrovalent bond or ionic bond. Look at the board. Electrovalent bond, electrovalent or ionic bond. Okay. Second is covalent or molecular bond. Third is coordinate or dative bond. Okay, these three types of bonding are there in our syllabus. Today I will discuss the first one, electrovalent bond and ionic bond. Okay, now this first two you first note down this. Today I will discuss the electrovalent bond or ionic bond. First I give the basic line about this electrovalent or ionic bond. Electrovalent or ionic bond means, first I give the small idea about this three bond, just one line. Later we will discuss all the concept that given in our book concise. Now what is electrovalent or ionic bond? Suppose two ions are there, one is positive, another is negative. So all of you know there is attraction between positive ion and negative ion. When the two ions attract each other and form bond, so this bond is known as electrovalent or ionic. See the word ionic. So form the bond formed between two ions, that is ionic bond. Okay, now what is covalent bond? Covalent bond or molecular bond means this sharing. When A donates some electron and B donates one electron, then this is mutual area. This area can be used by both the atom. This is called covalent or molecular bond. Okay, now what is covalent bond that I discussed? Now what is coordinate or dative bond? When a bond form between two atoms, here between two atoms, here also between two atoms, but here one positive, another negative. Here in common space, two atom donates the electron in common space, but here bond form between two atoms, but Here look at the board. Here one atom from A, another atom from, sorry, one electron from A and another electron from B. So both are responsible to donate this electron, but here the bond contain two electrons, but electrons donates by only one atom, either A or B. So here only one contribution, another atom does not have any contribution. This is called coordinate or dative mode. Later I will discuss properly. Here two have the contribution, but here only one donates the two electron completely, another just use it. Okay, so now today I will discuss this electrovalent bond properly with the all concept that given in our book. Okay, give focus. If you follow this video, you definitely clear your concept regarding electrovalent or ionic bond. Look at the board. Okay, first suppose there is one atom in last shell. Suppose there is two electrons. Here one electrons, two electrons, here three electrons. Here see, you cannot find this type of concept anywhere. It is written in your book, but diagrammatically it is not given anywhere. So give focus to this diagram. Inner shell, all cases, inner shell 2, 2, 2 and 2, but outer shell 1, 2, 3, 4. Now outer shell 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 3, 6, 7, 8. Now look at the board and tell me among these 8 atoms which one is highly stable. Obviously this one. Why? First shell contain 2 electron and second shell contain 8 electron. So 8 means what? Octets. So these are already stable. Okay, now tell me, give focus. 2 and 8 means stable, either 2 or 8. So in case of first atom, it can donate one electron. Look at the board properly, the way of writing. In this case, this atom if donates one electron, then last shell will vanish because only one electron present here. If it donates one electron, so 2 will open then. So 2 means stable. So if it donates one electron, then stable. Okay, but opposite concept is also possible. Opposite concept means suppose it accepts 7 electron, then what will happen? If it accepts 7 electron, so here it minus 1, that is donate. Or if it accepts 7 electron, then what will happen? So 7 means also previously 1 is here. If it accepts 7 electron, then is octet. Okay, now tell me among these two which one is more easy? Release 2 or accept 7? Obviously it is not possible. Accept 7 electron, it is better to donate 1, only 1. So we give focus where the less number of electrons are present. Here only 1 electron involved, here 7. So it is difficult to accept 7. So it is better to release only 1. Okay, now tell me here. So it can release 2 electron. If it release, then see 2 electrons are here, so octet stable. Either it can accept 6 electrons. Why? Previously 2 electrons are there, so if it is accept 6, so 6 to 8. Which one is easier? Obviously this one, so it is not possible. Okay, now here it can donate 3 electron or accept 5 electron. Which one is easier? Obviously less number, so it is not possible. Now this is most important and interesting. How many electrons it will release? 4. So 4 release, then 2 open, or it has tendency to accept 4. So if it except 4, previously 4 electrons are here. If it is except 4, so 4, 4, 8. So C, now which one is possible? I told lower number is possible. Here 1, here 2, here 3, but here both are same. So in case of this concept of electrovalent bond, we don't consider this type of atoms where 4 electrons are present in the outermost shell. Can you give one example? Yes. Example is carbon. What is the atomic number of carbon? 6. So 6 means 2, 4. So 4, see. So 4 means if it lose 4 electron, then stable. If it is except 4 electron, this is also stable. So we cannot choose which one is possible. So that's why generally this compound, or sorry, not this compound, this element, this type of element whose last shell contain 4 electrons, for this type of atom generally do not participate in electrovalent or ionic bond. Okay, now come here. Outermost shell contain how many electrons? 5. So if it lose 5 electron, then 2 will open. Now if instead of donates this 5 electron, if it accept 3, then what will happen? So 5 previously it contained 5 plus 3, so 5 plus 3 8. So which one is possible? Obviously this, so it is not possible. Here outermost shell contains 6, so if it lose 6 or gain 2, so which one is possible? Obviously gain of these 2 electron. Okay, now here outermost shell contain how many electrons? 7. So if it lose 7, then 2 will open, so duplet. But instead of losing electron, if it accept 1, then obviously 7 electrons are here. If it is except 1, then octet. So it is not possible. So try to understand. It is also stable. So it, since 8 electrons are there, we cannot disturb this atom. It already stable. So see, in first line we eliminate this one because we cannot conclude it will donate or accept. And here it is already stable. So in first line we can remove this, and in second line we can remove this. So now in these 3 atoms, see, they have tendency to lose 1, lose 2, lose 3 electron. Now tell me, if any atom lose, these atoms are metal or non-metal? I discussed in the previous chapter. If lose electron, then it is metal. Now here see, plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, acceptance means non-metal. So now tell me, suppose this is atom, suppose it is A, it is B, it is C. So now tell me, in case of A, B, C, they donates or accept? They donates. All of you know, suppose it is A, after donation it will form positive charge. Okay, so A, B, C all form positive charge. So now look at the board. A donates how many electrons? 1. So A form A plus, because 1 electron it donates. Here it donates how many electrons? 2. So B donates 2, so B become 2 positive. C donates how many? 3, so it become 3 positive. Do you understand? Okay, now come here. Here it accept how many electrons? 3. So suppose its name is D, E and F. D accept how many electrons? 3. So after acceptance it become negatively charged. So D accept how many electrons? 3. So D become 3 minus. E accept how many electrons? 2. So E means 2 minus. F accept how many electrons? 1. So F 1 minus. So look at the board. I already told what is the meaning of electrovalent or ionic bond. Attraction between positive and negative, that I already told, positive and negative. See here, see 3 positive, so 3 positive attracts with 3 negative, so C and D form electrovalent bond. Here 2 positive, 2 negative, so they attract. So here B and E form electrovalent bonds. Here A 1 positive and F 1 negative, so they form electrovalent bond. So do you understand electrovalence bond form between metal and non-metal? Metal accept, metal release and form cation. Non-metal accept and form anion. So electrovalent bond form between cation and anion, that is metal and non-metal. Now most important line, you can note it. If outermost shell contain, here how many electron present in outermost shell? 1, here 2, here 3. If 1, 2, 3 electrons are present in outermost shell, then they lose minus minus minus. So right, if 1, 2 and 3 electrons are present in outermost shell, they release the electron and form cation and behave like a metal. Whereas if the outermost shell contain 5, 6 and 7 electron, they accept electron 3, 2 and 1 respectively and form anion and behave like non-metal. Now the bond form between metal and non-metal, this is known as electrovalent bond and not and or ionic bond. Do you understand? This is the concept. Clear your concept. Don't memorize anything. Okay. If you prepare this, you can clear all the topics given in concise. Okay, now done. Now my question is, why they will try to this type of donation, acceptance, all? One line answer. What is the answer? To gain stability. If it donates, then 2 will open, that is duplet. If it is accept on, how many electrons are here? 7. So if it is accept, become octet. So everything here only for to gain stability, like group 18 noble gases. Done. So now here bond form between C and D. Here bond form between what? B and E. Here A and F. A and F. Now tell me, what is the name of this bond? Electrovalent or ionic bond. When it will form? If one atom donates, another atom accept, then the bond form between them is known as electrovalent bond. So now what is the proper definition for exam? What is the proper definition of electrovalent or ionic bond? So what is the definition? Okay, note down it, all of you. Okay, now the definition is to gain the stability when two atoms release and accept their electrons and form bond between themselves, then this bond is known as electrovalent or ionic bond. Again, what is the electrovalent bond? Two questions are there. What is electrovalent bond and what is electrovalent compound? First, what is electrovalent bond? Answer is the bond form between the two atoms where one atom lose an electron and another atom accept that electron, then a bond form between these cation and anion within bracket metal and non-metal. This is known as electrovalent bond. Now what is the definition of electrovalent compound? Same. The compound that will form between the two atoms when one atom lose an electron and another atom gain that electron and the form between themselves is known as electrovalent compound. Okay, done. Now another concept is that I don't want to rub this because it is very important, and from this we can clear all the points also. Now next concept is that what is the conditions to form ionic or covalent bond? What is the conditions? Now tell me, if these atoms, suppose A, B, C, if they do not release the electron, then they cannot accept also. They release and they accept, and then bond will be there between two atoms. If they do not release, then electrovalent bond will form or not? No. So first point is that they have to release and they have to accept this electron. Now tell me, I already discussed in previous chapter, if any atom release one electron, then some energy is required. This energy is known as ionization energy, that I discussed in previous chapter. So give focus here. Suppose in case of any atom, nucleus attracts this electron with very strong force in such a way that we cannot release or we cannot take this electron away from the nucleus. Again, if in any atom nucleus attracts this electron with very strong force in such a way that we cannot take out this electron. So if we cannot take out this electron, then this will not form, because it have to release, these all ABC have to release. So if there is very strong attraction, so they cannot release. So what you will tell now, they have low ionization energy. Why? Low ionization energy means low amount of energy or less amount of energy is required to release this electron. Okay, so in case of this atom, if very less amount of energy is required to release this electron, so this atom easily lose this electron. But if the very high amount of energy is required, so if this atom attracts this electron with very strong force, so we cannot release. Now if we cannot take out these electrons, so this atom cannot form positive ion. All of you know positive plus negative means electrovalent bond. If we cannot take out these electrons, so positive will not form, so electrovalent bond also will not form. So in case of metal, they must have low ionization energy. Done. So this is the first condition, right? What is the condition of formation of electrovalent bond? Answer is low ionization energy. In case of any atom, if they have the low ionization energy, so we can release the atom, we can easily release the electron, so they can easily form cation and also form the electrovalent bond. Now tell me, in case of non-metals, they will release or accept. Now they have very high tendency to accept the electron. Now tell me, if you cover the previous chapter, acceptance of electron is known as what? Electron affinity. Acceptance of electron is known as electron affinity. So they have very high electron affinity, so that they can accept the electron and form what? Negative charge. Do you understand? So they have low ionization energy, because low energy easily remove. Here high tendency to accept the electron, so high electron affinity. So this is the second condition. So second condition, if the atoms have high electron affinity, they have the tendency to accept the electron and form anion, so they can easily form electrovalent bond. Understand? Okay, this is the second point. Okay, now third and last condition. Okay, third and last condition. Large electronegativity difference. This is the third point. Tell me, in previous chapter I discussed electronegativity. What is electronegativity? If two atoms form bond, electron present in between the bond. So electronegativity means any atom has a tendency to pull this electron towards itself. See here, A pull the electron towards itself. So one atom has a tendency pull, and these atom push the electron. So only one atom has tendency to pull the electron. Now in case of electrovalent bond, one release the electron form positive, and another atom accept the electron form negative. So see, same case. One accept, that is pull, and another push, that is release. So one release, another accept. So if very large electronegativity difference, large means one has high tendency to completely pull, one has another atom has high tendency to completely push. Push means towards the another atom. So it release or push, it accept, that is acceptance means pull. So if the large electronegativity difference, so they can easily form, you can write down the point, if they have large electronegativity difference, then one atom easily form cation, another atom easily can form anion, and due to attraction between the positive and negative charge, they can form electrovalent or ionic bond. Understand? Okay, this is the three conditions. Okay, if this question will come, write down the conditions. You can write any 2 points for 2 marks. If 3 marks will be there, then write down the 3 points. Okay. Now tell me, I want to ask a factual question to you. Metal has a tendency to release the electron and non-metal has a tendency to accept the electron. Now tell me, the question is, if 3 atoms are there, in first atom last shell contain 1 electron, here last shell contain 2 electron, here last shell contain 3 electron. They will donate or accept the electron to gain stability. This is the question. First atom 1 electron in last shell, here 2 electron in last shell, here 3 electron in last shell. So in these 3 atoms have tendency to release or accept the electron to gain stability. If you know the answer, write down the answer in comment box. I already discussed this topic. Now there is a one important question. Question is, why are ionic compounds stable? This is the question. Can you give me the answer? Yes, you can easily give this answer if you cover the first part of this video. Okay, now tell me, ionic compound means which one? One cation and one anion, they form bond. Now tell me, if both are positive, then what will happen? They attracts each other or they repel each other? Obviously all of you know same charge, then there will be repulsion. If both are minus, then what will happen? This is also repulsion. But if one is positive and another is negative, then what will happen? There is strong attraction. So why are ionic compounds stable? Your answer is, write down the answer, ionic compound form between the two ions where one ion is cation and another ion is anion. Since they are oppositely charged ion, so there is strong electrostatic force of attraction. That is why ionic compounds are stable. Done. You can memorize 2 example for ionic compound. You can write NaCl. NaCl is a very good ionic compound, that is common salt. Okay, you can memorize also MgCl2. It is, what is the name? Magnesium chloride. Okay. Now in the next class I will discuss the structure of the ionic compounds, how they will form, that is orbital diagram of the ionic compound. So this is about today's class. Today I will discuss the stability, cause of arrangement of the electron in valence shell, chemical bonding, 3 types of chemical bond are there, electrovalent bonds, condition of electrovalence bond, this question as well as example. So prepare this part. Next day I will start the part 2 of the chemical bonding. Okay, so prepare this topic. I will definitely clear your all concept for ICSE board examination. Okay. Now we have a WhatsApp channel for question answer. I will regularly upload the question answer in this WhatsApp channel. If you want, you can join, link given in description box. Okay, then thank you.